All right, attention. How are we? Chemo, pay attention. Okay, so we're going to continue to learn a new thing today. Who's feeling confident in their Photoshop skills up to this point? Yeah? Okay, we're going to do something that's going to be a little challenging today. It's kind of cool. It takes a little bit of time to get the feel and hang of it, but if you guys pay attention, you guys should be able to learn. So, I want to do something in Photoshop that is called kind of painting, even though it's almost like smudging. But we're going to start learning how to paint and draw in Photoshop. So, we have our image. The one thing I want to do right off the bat is duplicate our layer. So you can right-click or press Control and click on your layer. You'll get this little window that pops up, and you simply just go duplicate layer. So what I did is I have two layers right here that are right on top of each other. All right, so you're going to get your portrait or your image, whatever it is. Now I want to go, and I want to go filter, oops, sorry, convert to smart object, rasterize, and it still doesn't work. Ah, hold on. Don't save. File new. RGB. Ah! Sometimes I'm not good at my job. Okay, US paper, RGB. I'm going to drag this over. Oh, I know why I'm saying that. So many things. Okay. Desktop, screenshot. There we go. Okay. I'm going to crop this just so it fills the frame. Looking at composition.
Wait, what's the difference between doing that and doing this open putting picture?
Nothing. I'm going to duplicate my layer. Rasterize my layer. And then I'm going to go filter. I'm going to go oil paint. What am I doing? Filter what?
Oil paint.
There we go. Filter oil paint. So, do you guys see the difference of that? How it makes it look all kind of spirally?
Like water.
Yeah. So I'm going to mess around with this. I'm going to go cleanliness, make it look clean. Kind of until you get a lot of definition. Press OK. So what that did is made my top layer have this oil paint effect. So if I hide that, here's my original, here's my new one. Okay? So what I want to do now is I want to look at my paintbrushes. So right here on your side, this is your paintbrush, which will allow you to paint and cover things up. I want to click, hold, get my mixer brush. You'll see this area right here. If you go to the top where this number is, you press this little gear, you'll get all these different brushes right here. I'm going to go dry media brushes. Press OK. And so now what I can do is I can click on this, or what's this one? And I can start smudging and painting. One thing you want to do though, is you want to take your time. You don't just want to go like this, because it's going to smudge everything. I'm actually going to change my brush to this little square one. And if I go slow, one click and stroke at a time. So each time I'm going, I'm clicking, holding, and then releasing. You want to go with the kind of the colors and the movement of your object, your portrait. That way you can get that consistency with the colors. Think about almost as if you were drawing. You want to get those details around the nose, around everything. All right? And so you'll see that it's smoothing out the area of the nose. And so as we go to the cheek, around, It's blending these lines together and giving us a soft painting effect. It's also nice because it kind of gives you a path of where you should take your paintbrush. And so we're just working through, back and forth, taking our time, getting the effect we want. This is like painting in the real world, but it's a lot easier and it doesn't have the mess. And so, finishing up the nose, making sure we're good. Let's go here. All right, let me go there. And so it's all about taking your time. You'll notice that things get easier as you continue to go. Think about as if you're sketching or drawing. You want to go with the flow of the skin. Facial hair and hair do get kind of difficult. If you notice how I'm going here, it's just kind of smudging it, and you're losing that hair definition. Best thing to do is either make your brush really, really small, and so you can smudge it a little at a time. And as I zoom in, I can still keep those color value changes and those details by changing the size of my brush and really taking my time. The more time you take on this, the better it's going to look. So I'm just smudging these together, using my mixer brush, mixing, smudging, mixing, smudging. Your hand will get tired. You will get fatigued. But I think if you take your time and you really work on this, you'll get something that looks really cool. So let me zoom out. So the facial hair is kind of starting to come together. Taking my time. Eyes and all these details. If I zoom in. So I'm going to get a small brush and I want to just kind of paint and smudge just like I would normally if I was using a real paintbrush. You just want to get these colors to merge together and to soften up. Alright. Taking my time, going slow. Following the natural paths that are given to me. Now that I'm out of the eye, I'll make my brush a little bit bigger.
Can we do it in black and white?
You can do it in black and white for sure. Just taking my time, getting it, getting it. Go. I can then play with the hair. And so if you wanted to change your brush even more to get a better effect, you might go to, let's go faux finish brushes. Maybe use one of these. And see how I'm getting almost like a brush stroke? Multiples. Some look good, some are a little bit more challenging. But you can kind of play with it. You don't want to use that on the face, but you could use that for the facial hair. Gives them more pronounced mustache. That kind of looks terrible. So if we look at that, let me actually go back to another brush. Kind of do more of the face. It's all about just taking your time, click by click, so that you can get something that's nice and smooth. So you want to go through your whole portrait and smooth it out. And so you notice the difference. It starts to look more like a painting. You really look at the nose compared to the original. Some brushes will work better than others. That one doesn't really look good. So there we go. So what I'd like you guys to do is kind of do this again. I'll show you from the beginning. Whoops. All right, so we have our portrait. We import it into Photoshop. Can I get your guys' eyes? Look up here. Look up here, please. Because if you ask me how to do it and you're doing your homework, that's going to be an issue. So, right-click, duplicate layer. All right, then we'll rasterize that bad boy. Filter oil paint. Here's where you play around with the scale. Really defined, less defined. It's really up to you. Kind of play with it, see what you like best. You can mess with the cleanness, or there, press OK. And so now I want to go to my brushes. Click on your mixer brush tool. I'll go here, click on my gearbox. I'll go dry meter brushes, press OK. And then I'll go there, and maybe here. Just see how it works. You can also.
What's the tool you use?
What's the tool?
That you're using to smudge?
I'm using the mixer brush tool. And then take your time and start working around your object and see what you like. Some brushes will be more defined. Some will give you more artistic freedom, and you can be more dramatic. Like this one's not as smooth, all right? Are you guys alive? Yeah? Any questions? Someone paying attention? Anyone? Are you guys here? Are we alive? Yeah? No?
Yeah.
Is this easy? Do you guys understand this? Do you have any questions with it? Raise your hand if you understand. Okay, cool. Alright, so I will let you guys start playing around with it. I'm going to walk around and engage with you guys. So, let's have some fun. Let's do some painting. It's a lot easier than real painting. You don't get dirty. Why are you so close to me? What about having a TA? What is this?
Tutor and one's TA.
What is this?
For being a tutor or TA for your fourth period, so I'm in class.
You don't have one here.
I use it.
It's only be a TA for it.
What's your
I don't have the
what
right
period?
to use water.
It says council.
Yeah, I'm right there. I gotta deal with this weird.
This college will only TA.
Oh yeah. Really?
So I'm going to give you tutor is the room.
To duplicate it, you need the right one, right?
Yeah, or you can press Control click.
Wait, control what?
Control click
Teach me.
on the keyboard. You see what I'm saying? Control and then yeah. Click. There you go.
The one in the photo, So weird. Yeah, do that.
So what I do, you need to run me through this for that.
Okay. This to sign over. And then click on this one. Go to file. Then drag that for
But you do me a favor.
I think she just swapped
Go to Mr. Cole before we get.
I have no.
So it's good. What do you do?
So hold on, administration.
No, Ben, it's a good shot.
Let me
So
try.
administrator. This is administrator.
I know what's wrong with that.
So those two are
Oh, back. I need to get some.
I was going to those. It's true.
Just that too. Thank you.
Mr. Feezy. So you'll see if you just like drag it over it, it's like not done. Let's see.
Let's just drag it to our desktop. Are you still in my class?
Yeah.
I already have a TA. Sorry, dude.
I just want to piss you off. Not really.
You what?
The duplicate layer? I know how to do oil painting, but I put under duplicate layer under. And I can't find it.
Nope. You click here.
Here.
Yep. Right click. Duplicate layer.
Ah, there it is.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's good.
And then on that one, that's the one we make oil paint, right?
And the reason why you duplicate your layer is so you can always look back at the original kind of later. So if you want to see what you changed or how it's going. Okay? Cool. Good job. Yeah.
So yeah.
You guys haircut?
I need to do his ass, bro. Yeah.
Would you children like some music?
Yes.
Yes.
What would you like to listen
Chill
to?
Bill.
What?
Chill Bill.
Chevelle?
Chill Bill.
Chill Bill.
Who's Chill Bill?
It's a song by Rob's Stone. Is that it? I've never heard of it.
I don't know what you're saying.
It's like saying Chill Bill.
Griffin had you play it in your
How long you make me listen to? Terrible song.
I thought you played it. It's
No.
It's a good song.
You have your music for both. The music powers are both.
Yeah, I don't even know what
That sounded just terrible. Not only was it just terrible
I just
music,
took
but
the
it
brush
was
and
not
just
appropriate for school.
Easy.
What?
I usually do on my face.
Apple Z or Command? I'm sorry, Apple Plus or Command Plus?
What is that?
Uh,
How do I move on? How do you Oh, I can't get rid of this.
You can only do it. Well, actually, no, you can't. You can't.
It looks like it's
You can. Just ask them.
I don't know. How do you start it? Because I regret doing it.
First, you gotta get out. It's probably